Hey everyone, today we're going to be exploring the very famous Tribeca neighborhood right here in New York City. We're currently standing on the corner of Canal Street and Varick Street, and we have a beautiful view overlooking One World Trade Center. This is the one train stop here on Canal Street, and Canal really splits the island of Manhattan in half. So if we were to continue to walk all the way east, that will take us into the Chinatown neighborhood in New York, also the Little Italy neighborhood, and it will take you to the Manhattan Bridge. However, if we were to continue on our walk westbound, this is going to take you to the Holland Tunnel. So that'll take you all the way out to New Jersey. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this walking tour today of Tribeca is because it's one of the most desirable neighborhoods in New York City as of late. Now, it just so happens to be one of the most expensive neighborhoods in New York City, known for its luxury residential real estate, high-end restaurants, and art galleries. To kind of, anchor us here in terms of some pricing, in terms of both residential condominium purchases and rentals. The median sales price for a home here in Tribeca is between $2.9 and $3.9 million. Now, the median asking rent, if you don't want to buy, if you want to rent something here for an apartment in Tribeca, is $8,295. So pretty high rent district here. The interesting building that you see in the distance is the Jenga building. The address is 56 Leonard. That is a ultra-luxury condominium in the heart of Tribeca. It's really beautiful. Our team actually has a listing there right now. I'll try to post the listing in the description of the video, but for now, let's go ahead and cross southbound on Canal Street. Once again, the view that you have here is overlooking Chinatown. Now, if you were to go north, that'll take you through Soho. That's also why Tribeca is super desirable, because you could live in Tribeca, enjoy all the restaurants, shops, and the coffee shops, but you're so close to some of the best shopping in the entire world and fashion in the entire world right here in Soho. We're going to go over to Broadway and then we'll make a right. This is really the northernmost end of Tribeca here. Now, some of the features that you're going to be seeing here in Tribeca are the beautiful cobblestone streets, or originally called Belgian block streets. You'll also see a lot of industrial lofts with beautiful waterfront views, and some of the city's best restaurants, nightlife, art galleries, and of course, those beautiful cast iron buildings, similar to what you have in Soho, New York. I recently just sold a 3-bedroom condo in a really nice building called 5 Franklin Place. If you're thinking about buying something in Tribeca, might I suggest looking in that building? I think there's a 1-bedroom apartment on the market currently in that building, but it's very, very nice. It's a bespoke product. There's parking on site, private parking garage, and they also have a pool on the roof, children's playroom, and a gym on site. Again, beautiful view of 56 Leonard and the Trade Center. This is going to be the Canal Street station where you can get the AC and E trains. So very convenient to take you to Midtown Manhattan, particularly 34th Street. Penn Station is really the main hub for the AC&E. We're now coming up on Walker Street and the very famous Roxy Hotel. As we come to the intersection here, you'll be able to see the front of it. We'll quickly do a tour showing you the main facade, the main entrance of the Roxy Hotel. If you stand on the, the easternmost corner of the Roxy Hotel, you have these really unique views of the Empire State Building. I really love these quintessential Tribeca streets. You can kind of see some of the buildings, the pre-war buildings, heavy cast iron facades, and fire escapes. It's really pretty. As we head deeper into Tribeca, I'll take you down Franklin Street. Has some of my favorite cast iron buildings there. Jack's Coffee is pretty good. They have a lot of pastries. There's also brunch in here. You can kind of sit down, get breakfast or brunch during the weekend. Also a nice cocktail lounge in there too. All right, White Street. Check out how beautiful the cityscapes are here in Tribeca. Again, those pre-war buildings, fire escapes, really pretty. This is the corner of White Street and Church Street as it intersects with 6th Avenue. And then once we get on the corner of Church, you can really see what I'm talking about by those views of the Empire State Building all the way uptown. And here's the main entrance of the Roxy. Let me know in the comments, anybody ever stay at the Roxy Hotel? I went to a business event here once. I've never stayed here, but I have gone to a business event. All right, look at that. So as you stand here right on the corner, I'll try to adjust the brightness. I don't know if it'll capture it, but you can see perfectly centered amongst those buildings in the backdrop on Canal Street. It's the spire of the Empire State Building. So even though you don't feel like you're in the, stereotypical Midtown Manhattan with all the hustle and bustle, you could still see it in the distance and have all those great views. It's pretty cool. And then again, here are those great buildings with those cast iron facades. This is a gumbo bar. Looks pretty packed. It says, find the city's best gumbo at this Tribeca hidden gem. Wow. So this is Franklin Street here. I just want to take you down real quick. This is a beautiful street. And right off of Franklin Street is Franklin Place. and it's a private street. I just sold a 3-bedroom apartment here, and it's the prettiest street. It's very, very beautiful. And right as we make this turn, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So on the corner here, that's going to be Broadway. And then if you make that left, that'll bring you to Canal Street. So very close proximity to Chinatown. So if you want to have a night out, get some good dim sum or something like that from some of the most famous Chinese spots in Chinatown on Mott Street, you could do that. Very close to Wo Hop. And here are these huge cast iron facades that I was talking about. They definitely don't make the buildings like they used to. These are multi-ton cast iron facades. Trying to show off as many storefronts as possible so you can really get a feel for the neighborhood. There you have the Jenga building, the 56 Leonard in the back. This is Franklin Place. So again, this is that private street to that building I'll show you in a minute. You can see the original Belgian block streets. But here's the cast iron house. Look at how beautiful that building is. Really nice. So you would never know this building is here. And that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. This scaffolding is actually pretty new. But this is the building, 5 Franklin Place. And right here, this door is a garage door that opens up. You would drive your car onto the elevator pad, and the elevator parks your car for you. So very, very nice property. And look at that. I mean, some of these buildings are hundreds of years old, 100+ years old. All original windows here. Really nice. These are some of the big red brick warehouses I was talking about. And the good thing is many of these buildings here are historically protected, or they're landmarked. So if you buy a unit in a condo here on a high floor, chances are your views would be protected because none of these buildings are going to get torn down. They're not going anywhere. These are stunning pieces of New York City history here. This is 55 White Street, as you can kind of read on the plaque there. 1861. I'll try to get you close so you could see it. 55 White Street in 1861. This is a huge cast iron facade. Now, many of the apartments here, particularly if you buy in these buildings, they're known for what's called a loft style. Hey, good to see you, bro. How have you been? Good to see you. That guy is the main super at 5 Franklin Place. Izzy, great guy. So they're known for these loft-style apartments with these really dramatic ceiling heights. You know, sometimes you could have 10 or 15-foot ceilings in some of these buildings. The loft style. This is a cool little bar here. Look at that. And then we have the Roxy Hotel again on the right. Okay, let's make this left and then let's head a little bit deeper into Tribeca. Pretty soon coming into our view, you're going to see the Oculus, which is the main transit terminal that connects the World Trade Center with the subway as well as the PATH train that will take you out to New Jersey. Also, you get the subway, one train and the like. A lot of really nice boutiques. Here's another restaurant, Tara Kitchen. This looks like Indian cuisine. Two Hands Bar and Restaurant. Now check this out, we're finally on Leonard Street. And you can kind of see the big bean, similar to that they have in Chicago. So on the corner of Church and Leonard, we have this very, very unique Jenga building, as it's called. This is a luxury condominium here. We currently have a listing in the building. I'll film a property tour and upload it, but I'll also post it in the link in the description if anybody's interested in it. It has beautiful sweeping views overlooking the World Trade Center. And this is the New York Law School. Before we head all the way down, I want to make a right on Worth Street, just because there's more of those beautiful kind of cast iron style buildings for you to see. So now we're headed west towards West Broadway. Boom, right at the World Trade Center. You know, from here you could see a little piece of the Hudson Yards development. If you look to your left on the screen, I'll try to point the camera towards that way. That huge conglomerate of super tall glass buildings, that's New York City's Hudson Yards, all the way on 34th Street. It almost kind of doesn't even look real from here. It looks like a mirage. But that is the Edge building, which is one of the newest, I would say, tourist attractions, observation decks in New York right now. The Edge at Hudson Yards, very cool. We'll wait for the light, head down here. This is Leonard Street. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. This is beautiful, beautiful Tribeca here. Here you have a nice Starbucks location. But pay attention to this. These are the beautiful Belgian block / cobblestone streets. Beautiful red brick facades. Now we're coming up on Hudson Street. Which is going to bring us closer to the Hudson River. So this is looking uptown. Again, beautiful buildings. Lots of nice pre-war. Here's some more nice bars and restaurants to the right. This is now the corner of Hudson Street and Harrison Street. I mean, look at how pretty this is. Imagine on a nice summer day, taking a walk down here. Now this place is booming in the spring and in the summer, particularly on the weekends, the nightlife. Oh wow, look at this. Tea dealer and ceramics. I may have to stop in here because I actually just moved into a new place and I bought a really nice teapot. Maybe I'll have to take a look at some of the teas they have. I'll make a mental note of that. It's on Worth Street. Because one thing I don't want to do, I want to start drinking more tea. But I don't want to drink tea in the actual tea bags. I want to buy like whole tea leaves and kind of steep them, if that makes sense. So mental note of that. This is 60 Hudson. Another really beautiful building. Now what's funny is this. Let me see if I can get the camera in focus. If you look all the way in the distance, okay, at the end of this street, you'll see this huge, tall glass skyscraper. Not the Jenga building, the one literally dead center. That is One Manhattan West. And that was developed by a developer named Xtel. Gary Burnett is the CEO and founder of Xtel. And that is the development company famous for starting New York City's Billionaires Row, with the 157 West 57th Street development. Now let's cross the street here and kind of meander our way through the streets. This is the cross-section of Staple Street. And J Street.
My brother was gonna come hang out.
Look at how beautiful this is. This kind of reminds me of the Gimbel Sky Bridge near 34th Street, right as you're walking to Penn Station, doesn't it? Not sure if many of you will get that reference, but maybe some New Yorkers in the chat will. Check out these Belgian block. I'm so glad they kept these. Even though it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to ride a bike or a skateboard here, I believe it's important to kind of preserve a lot of the history in New York. This is an awesome shot too. It's good to see that there's still some small businesses open.
Yeah.
Look at the color on that facade. Beautiful brick. Quite nice. Tribeca Barber Spa.
There is a section for it lists the chairs. Yeah, it has the name there.
We'll make a left here. Check out some more of the cafes, coffee shops. This is a really nice view here. I have to come back and film a nightlife walking tour of Tribeca when it gets a little bit nicer out. It's finally warming up in New York City. It's been 20 degrees pretty much all winter, and now it's finally warming up. It's about 50 degrees at the time of recording this video. We have a nice bakery here. Ring Ding Bar. Lots of young families live in Tribeca. And here we are back on West Broadway. So that's going to wrap up this walking tour of Tribeca. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and if you're thinking about moving here and purchasing an apartment right here in Tribeca and you need some help, feel free to reach out to me at the email address in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help you and your family score an awesome place in Tribeca. Thanks for watching.